Florida is booming. Everyone is moving there from all over the country, and over the next 30 years, 600 people are now forecast to be moving here every single day. In recent years, it has even supplanted New York from its long-held third place position among U.S. states in population. Its major metros of Miami, Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville are all among the fastest growing in the country. Even smaller metros like Northport, Sarasota, and Cape Coral, Fort Myers are on the move. As a result, this rush in population has placed enormous demand on Florida's infrastructure. Infrastructure is rarely designed with more than a 6% population growth rate in mind, but in Florida, officials have begun to use an unprecedented 20% growth rate for design in some areas. Florida officials are in a mad rush to keep up with this growing demand, and recently the wildly popular Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced a $7 billion investment in state transportation infrastructure to expedite 20 projects around the state aimed at congestion relief. On this video, we'll go through the list and explore exactly what all of these 20 projects are and their purpose. Be sure to hit that like button on your way in and subscribe if you love it as we travel to sunny Florida. So what exactly is this investment? The initiative is called Moving Florida Forward and is expected to help some projects in Florida finish up to 10 years ahead of schedule, utilizing funds from Florida's budget surplus. During a news conference in Polk County, DeSantis said, "Just in this year, we're going to put in $4 billion from our budget surplus to be in these key projects. We're also going to dedicate $134 million each year to the State Transportation Work Program to further support, and then because we have such a high credit rating, they're going to be able to leverage that money that we put in for even more. So the total is going to be about $7 billion over 4 years, which is really, really significant. I think anywhere from Champions Gate, you look between here and Tampa, you go up like I-75 in Ocala, interchanges with the Florida Turnpike, there's a lot of places that really need this relief. The overall purpose behind the majority of these projects is to widen existing roadways, make existing highway connections more efficient, expand interchanges to be more free-flowing, and help improve traffic flow. These projects are spread all around Florida, and while none of them are new, the initiative hopes to get them completed a lot sooner rather than later. Florida DOT has provided a nice map and list of all the projects that I will also link in the description if you want to explore it for yourself. So let's get into it. The first project on the list is in Northwest Florida and concerns US 98 from Richard Jackson Boulevard to Hathaway Bridge. This is in the growing Panama City Beach area. The project plans to widen US 98 in this area from 4 to 6 lanes, along with intersection improvements and accommodations for bikes and pedestrians. Buffered bike lanes and sidewalks will be included on both sides of the roadway. The cost? $98 million and a 2026 construction start date. The next project is down in Southeast Florida, and it is the Southwest 10th Street Connector project in Deerfield Beach. If you're familiar with this area, then you know that this is the bottleneck where the Sawgrass Expressway ends and becomes a surface street up to Interstate 95, dumping traffic from that freeway into city streets and choking up the roadway. I spoke about this project in an older video on Florida infrastructure, and its design is to create what Florida DOT calls a complete street that will incorporate a shared use path and provide connectivity to all existing local properties and the local roadway network. Basically, its purpose is to quickly get through traffic from the Sawgrass Expressway to I-95 while still giving local businesses access to the existing road. It's going to cost $178 million and start construction in 2024. The third project is in Southwest Florida on I-75 in Collier County. This project concerns the interchange with Pine Ridge Road. This project is a partnership with Collier County and will convert the existing interchange into a diverging diamond and widen Pine Ridge Road. Check out my video on diverging diamonds in the description if you want to know more about this interchange design. It will cost $23 million and is set to begin in 2024. Still on I-75 in Southwest Florida is the next project, which will provide capacity improvements over 20 miles of I-75 from Golden Gate Parkway to Corkscrew Road. It's a pretty simple project, which involves widening from 6 to 8 lanes in this area in the form of one general purpose lane in each direction. This is the area between Bonita Springs and Naples. It will cost $578 million and begin in 2027. The next project is also in Southwest Florida near the census-designated place of Immokalee. This project concerns State Road 29 and County Road 846. It will construct the brand new 4-lane divided highway loop around downtown Immokalee. However, unlike typical bypasses, this route will have a curb and gutter on both sides, a 22-foot median, and a 12-foot shared use path on both sides. Also included are drainage improvements along its entire length. And when it comes to Florida, proper drainage is very important. It begins in 2026 and costs $85 million. Congratulations, Immokalee. You're getting a brand new bypass. At number 6 is another Collier County project. This one also involves State Road 29 in Immokalee. It will widen the current 2-lane roadway to a 4-lane divided roadway with 12-foot travel lanes, 4-foot paved inside shoulders, 10-foot outside shoulders with 5 feet of them paved, and a 30-foot median. This will connect to the previous project also in Immokalee. Looks like Florida is preparing for a nice amount of growth around this area. This segment will cost $44 million and begin in 2026. For number 7, we head back to Northwest Florida, and the roadway in question here is Interstate 10. This one takes place in Escambia County, and it will widen I-10 from 4 to 6 lanes from east of the Pensacola Way States to east of 9 Mile Road. The current interchange with 9 Mile Road will be reconstructed as a Diverging diamond interchange. The cost is $162 million, and it is to begin in 2026. Our next project takes place in North Florida near the capital city of Tallahassee. It involves State Road 263. This is currently a 2-lane road near the Tallahassee airport. The project will widen the existing roadway from 2 to 6 lanes, add lighting, construct stormwater management facilities, and implement intersection improvements. There will be a 5-foot sidewalk on one side and a 10-foot multi-use path on the other. You can take a look at a typical cross-section of that roadway here. It is going to cost $90 million and also begin construction in 2026. Project 9 is in Southwest Florida in Manatee County involving State Road 70. State Road 70 is the primary east-west highway for Manatee County, but this section is currently only 2 lanes. So this project will widen that roadway to a 4-lane divided highway and include intersection improvements and bike and pedestrian enhancements. The cost, $53 million, with construction starting in 2024. Halfway down the list at number 10 on the project list, we are in Central Florida in the wildly popular and growing city of Ocala. This one involves Interstate 75 and will add 1 auxiliary lane to the roadway in each direction between State Route 44 and State Route 326. It will also include interchange modifications and right-of-way acquisition for future widening. These auxiliary lanes should help with keeping traffic entering and exiting the roadway from slowing down through traffic. This project will cost $479 million and is slated to begin construction in 2025. At number 11, we are in the Miami area with the Golden Glades Interchange. The Golden Glades Interchange is this configuration where I-95, the Florida Turnpike, and the Palmetto Expressway converge. State Route 9 and State Route 7/US 441 are also invited to the party. This is a very large project and a well-known choke point in the Miami area. Some highlights of this project include constructing new express lanes along the turnpike's median to provide a direct connection to I-95's north and southbound lanes. Constructing new express lanes along the turnpike's median to provide a direct connection to I-95's north and southbound express lanes. Providing a direct connection flyover from eastbound Palmetto Expressway to northbound I-95 and the relocated Northwest 12th Avenue entrance ramp to I-95. Widening the southbound lanes of the Turnpike connector to accommodate 2 lanes from Florida's Turnpike and 3 lanes from eastbound Palmetto Expressway and I-95. Widening southbound I-95 from Biscayne Canal to Northwest 135th Street and rebuilding a pedestrian bridge at Northwest 147th Street. Rebuilding the westbound Palmetto Expressway bridge and entrance ramp to improve access from Florida's Turnpike. And lastly, rebuilding and widening I-95 to provide a direct connection from northbound I-95 express lanes to Florida's Turnpike and add a new direct connection flyover ramp from northbound I-95 Express to the Palmetto Expressway. Florida DOT says this congested interchange already handles around 400,000 vehicles per day, and that number is expected to increase to 600,000 by 2040. The cost is $150 million, and construction begins in 2024. Number 12 is a big one. In fact, the biggest one on this list. This one is in an area that we all know too well if you've ever visited Orlando and the Disney area resorts. I-4 from Champions Gate to Osceola Parkway. Currently, this is the area of the single biggest pain point on I-4, facing congestion all throughout the day, even outside of peak hours. This is part of the Beyond Ultimate I-4 project that I covered in an earlier video and was previously unfunded, but now it looks like things will be moving forward sooner rather than later. It will widen the existing 6-lane roadway with 2 managed lanes in each direction, as well as auxiliary lanes for access to interchanges. The managed lanes will have their own direct access to the interchanges without having to re-enter the general purpose lanes. Overall, 36 bridges will be widened or replaced, and 6 interchanges will be reconstructed. Looks like Florida is planning to seriously attack the congestion in this area. It's quite impressive. Construction now is slated to start in 2024 at a cost of $1.45 billion. The next project is also a large one impacting Interstate 4 in Central Florida. This is the Poinciana Parkway Extension connector from County Road 532 to State Road 429. This project plans to construct a brand new 6-lane toll facility extending from the current tolled State Road 429, crossing I-4, and connecting to the current Poinciana Parkway. State Road 429 will also be widened from 4 to 8 lanes in this area. The current I-4 interchange will be modified or reconfigured for this next roadway to tie in to the I-4 Ultimate design. The cost is $1.3 billion and construction is slated to start in 2027. Our next project is in the Tampa Bay area. This one is a widening of I-275 in the St. Petersburg and Pinellas Park areas. It will add 2 tolled express lanes in each direction between 38th Avenue and 4th Street. I didn't see any details about the design of these express lanes, but hopefully they will be designed like the ones in Orlando and not like the ones in Miami. It will cost $354 million and begin construction in the 2025 to 2027-ish range. Project 15 also concerns I-4. You gotta love how Florida is really investing into improving this roadway. This one is in Lakeland at the interchange with State Road 33. Currently, the interchange is a rural standard diamond interchange with no signals, designed for a much smaller population than what is in the area now and forecast for the future. The project will add roundabouts at the intersections with I-4's ramps and add lanes from Old Combee Road to North Tomcow Road, as well as improve wildlife crossings. Starting in 2024, it will cost $197 million. Project 16 takes us back to the Beyond Ultimate project. This one concerns a section of I-4 from US 27 to Champions Gate. It's a continuation of the previously discussed project in the area. It will take the existing 6-lane roadway, add 2 special use lanes in each direction, as well as auxiliary lanes for improved traffic flow at the interchanges. It will cost $635 million and start in 2027. Project 17 is the interchange on I-75 with Fruitville Road in Sarasota County, Southwest Florida. The main feature of this project is reconstructing the current interchange into a diverging diamond interchange. It will also widen 2 miles of I-75 from Palmer Boulevard to north of Fruitville Road with auxiliary lanes. And not to be left out, Fruitville Road itself will also be widened from Honore Avenue to east of Coburn Road. The cost is $192 million and construction begins in 2024. Over in Fort Pierce in St. Lucie County is our next project. This project will widen West Midway Road from Glaze Cutoff Road to Jenkins Road. The design calls for the roadway to be widened from 2 lanes to 4 lanes with a 7-foot buffered bike lane on both sides and a 12-foot bike/pedestrian path on the south side. It also proposes to add a new partial interchange with Florida's Turnpike with ramps connecting to and from the south. This is a smaller project, only $57 million, and will start construction in 2027. The next to last project is in Central Florida near Wildwood. It will reconstruct US 301 from County Road 470 to Florida's Turnpike between Sumnerville and Wildwood. Florida DOT says this will increase overall roadway capacity, respond to future travel demand, improve overall safety, and accommodate pedestrians and bicyclists. It also includes realigning the roadway around Coleman to avoid impacts on the city's downtown businesses. Previously unfunded, it is now lined up for 2025 to 2026. At a cost of $26 million. And finally, the last project on the list. This one involves Interstate 95 at the interchange with US 1 near Ormond Beach in Volusia County. It looks like Florida will also be redesigning this one as a diverging diamond interchange. A 1-mile segment of US 1 between Plantation Oaks Boulevard and Destination Daytona Lane will be widened from 2 to 3 lanes in each direction. The widening also includes the addition of shared use paths for bicyclists, pedestrians, and other uses. A look at the proposed design can be seen as such. This project will start in 2027 and cost $340 million. All right, guys, that's how you drop $7 billion on infrastructure to handle all these newcomers to the state. It's good to see Florida getting ahead of the curve, trying to keep up with this insane growth, and spending the money now, unlike its also fast-growing neighbor to the north that doesn't seem to do much of anything. Personally, I'm most looking forward to the I-4 improvements in Central Florida. What do you think of this investment? Do Do you think it will help improve mobility for the people of Florida? Are there some places that you think need improvement that you feel may have been left out? Or did Florida DOT and the governor get it just right? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you on the next trip coming soon to a town near you.